It's a movement, not a campaign. Its leader, Donald Trump, builder, businessman, success, doing what others called impossible. Donald Trump's priority? You. Dreaming big, building bigger, united for family, jobs, country, defined by freedom. Standing together, pushing ahead, leaving the past behind.
No matter where they're born, no matter to whom they are born,
I want to make sure that every child
has a chance to live up to his or her God-given potential.
I've spent my life fighting for children, and I'm not stopping now.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I've always approved this message.
Two new ads, one from Donald Trump, one from Hillary Clinton, as we get new polls. These are in state polls. Take a look at these just out at the top of the hour. This is in Nevada, North Carolina, and Ohio. And there you see Donald Trump with a lead in all three of these states. In one of them, it's within the margin of error. The others, he's up. As you take a look at the internals of this poll, a lot of people like to know how this breaks down. This is self-identifying party ID. And you look, the split in Nevada, 40-40. In North Carolina, 40-39. Ohio, 39-41. A lot of people like to know that. Thought we'd put it up on the screen. But here's another interesting thing. Presidential vote preference and the certainty of your vote. Here's the certainty in Nevada, 93% for each. Now let's take a look at North Carolina, and that is 95% for Donald Trump. This is Fox Poll 7, and 90% for Clinton supporters. And then Fox Poll 11, we lost our polls. But Ohio is the certainty of vote preference. It's 89% and 88%. Trust me, they're great numbers. Let's bring in our panel. Jonah Goldberg, senior editor at National Review. Mara Eliason, national political correspondent of National Public Radio. And Charles Hurt, political columnist for the Washington Times, and syndicated columnist Charles Krauthammer. Mara, what do you take from these numbers?
Well, what we take from these numbers is that he is moving up in some of these battleground states, kind of echoing what we saw in national numbers. He needs to win every single one of those states that you just polled in, plus Florida, and then one more if he wants to either win or tie in the Electoral College. So he's getting there, but he's still got a couple more states that he needs.
Yeah,
he
Charlie,
can afford to lose all of those if he doesn't get any additional ones like New Hampshire.
We've said that her path to get to 270 is easier. There are more paths to take. But clearly he's on the move.
Yeah, definitely on the move. And what's especially troubling about this for Hillary Clinton is the fact that she has dumped an enormous amount of money in these places, nationwide, but also in these places in particular, far more than he has in terms of actual, spending on ads. And she's not able to take control of the message. And he still is the master of that. We saw it all through the primary, but he's still the master of taking control of the message, being the showman, maybe doing it in ways that cause some people to cringe, but he's succeeding at doing it every time. And I think that's why we're seeing these polls close.
Jonah, in Nevada, he's up among independents by almost 20 points. Same in North Carolina. Same in Ohio among independents.
Yeah, no, he's had a great 2 weeks, or Hillary's had a terrible 2 weeks. I mean, that's one of the ironies here is he tends not to gain much support, just Hillary loses a lot of support. Hillary's been over 50%, Trump is not. At the same time, if I were on the Trump campaign, I would be very excited about these numbers. One question I have, though, is in the four-way race with Gary Johnson and Jill Stein, that's like 12% of the electorate. Neither of them are going to be in the debates. As we go forward, it does seem like a lot of their votes are coming out, both of their votes are coming out of Hillary's side. If even a quarter of them actually revert back to the anti-Trump vote, that's really bad news for Trump. But at the end of the day, I think the cliche so far has been right, is that it's going to be a contest between Trump's base's enthusiasm versus Hillary's ground game.
Charles.
The reason she hasn't seized the message is because she doesn't have a message. We saw it in that ad. I mean, what was that? I like children and I will fight for children. There has never been a more banal message, quote unquote, in political history. She doesn't have one. She's essentially a continuation of Obama, who is reasonably popular, so I think she has that advantage. The economic numbers were a little bit better when they came out a few days ago. But that's it, and it's the reason why she's dumped all this money. Outspend Trump by an unbelievable amount. Did you say a ratio of 5 to 1? Probably 5 to 1, and it leaves no impression. I thought the most impressive of all the numbers was certain of your choice. They're both over 90%. As Yogi once said,
all three of them are impressive. I just want you to know that. The first one was most impressive because you got to see it, but
it's growing in impressiveness. Yogi once said it gets late early here. It's getting late early, especially for her. She's been known for 30 years. He's been ubiquitous on the air for 15 months. People know who they are. I'm not sure what her advertising advantage is going to do at this point. What is there to say? Which means, I think, in the end, that the importance of these debates is going to exceed the importance of any debates in any race that we've ever seen.